The theater community is abuzz with rumors regarding a recording that may jeopardize the ascent of a burgeoning talent. Rachel Zegler, who gained prominence through her breakout performances, is currently embroiled in controversy during rehearsals for the Western production of Evita. According to multiple sources affiliated with the production, an audio recording has documented what they characterize as an emotional breakdown during rehearsal, leaving the cast and crew unsettled. The troubling aspect of this situation extends beyond the alleged incident itself. It appears to align with a troubling pattern emerging throughout Zegler's relatively nascent career. Witnesses of the recording recount a fervent exchange in which Zegler purportedly raised her voice at director Jamie Lloyd concerning staging decisions, escalating to an incident where an object, possibly a chair or microphone, was allegedly slammed against the floor. An insider indicated that the recording captures Zegler contesting Lloyd's direction regarding Eva Perón's final moments, with tensions intensifying to the extent that the actress reportedly threatened to withdraw from the production entirely. "I do not require this. I do not require any of this," she allegedly stated, exiting what one source characterized as an emotionally immobilized room, although the tape has not been released publicly. The very existence of Zegler has seemingly altered the dynamics within the show, with cast members reportedly treading cautiously, uncertain of which iteration of Zegler they will face during rehearsals. Occasionally remote and indifferent, at other times emotionally unstable. A chorus dancer purportedly conveyed relief regarding the presence of the recording, not from malevolence, but to ensure that people trust our accounts. The recording itself remains enigmatic. Some contend it was inadvertently recorded through a hot microphone during standard rehearsal documentation, while others propose it may have been intentionally captured by crew members seeking to safeguard their professional interests. The absence of a leak raises questions regarding potential legal implications. The cast and crew allegedly signed stringent non-disclosure agreements, and the release of such audio may lead to firing and possible litigation. Simultaneously, director Jamie Lloyd's notable quiet conveys significant meaning. Sources indicate that he has been engaged in damage control for weeks, dedicating more time to managing Zegler's emotions than to directing the show. His strategy has allegedly transitioned to communicating with Zegler through intermediaries rather than directly, which is a considerable red flag in theatrical productions for those monitoring Zegler's career trajectory. This purported meltdown is not unexpected. Rather, it serves as corroboration of contentious interviews conducted during the Snow White press tour, as well as speculation on discord in prior productions. A pattern appears to be developing. What was formerly regarded as youthful inexperience or inadequate media training is now being reevaluated as possible indicators of more profound problems. The repercussions are already evident, even prior to the audio's release. Industry insiders indicate that Zegler's name is being excluded from consideration for significant projects. Public interest in Evita is not driven by a desire to purchase tickets. A casting colleague allegedly indicated that the ramifications extend beyond this production in an industry that is more intolerant of challenging behavior. Reputation supersedes talent. The ramifications of this purported recording extend well beyond the confines of the rehearsal space. Even in its obscurity, its existence has generated significant repercussions within the industry. Casting directors and talent agents are allegedly recalibrating their approaches, with one agent observing that clients who were previously enthusiastic about collaborating with Zegler are now discreetly withdrawing. Once emblematic of the industry's future, the agent commented, "She has now become a cautionary tale." The detrimental nature of this situation is exacerbated by the timing. Hollywood has been moving away from accommodating challenging behavior, irrespective of talent. The era of the untouchable diva has diminished, supplanted by a demand for professionalism and adaptability. In the current environment, being difficult to collaborate with is not merely inconvenient, it poses a financial risk. Studios functioning under constrained budgets cannot tolerate public relations catastrophes or production delays arising from emerging tensions. Should the recording be leaked, the repercussions would likely be swift and severe, disseminating throughout social media channels within hours. Generate reaction videos and dominate entertainment news. The particulars of the statements may be inconsequential. The sheer acknowledgement of underlying instability could entirely alter perceptions. As one producer purportedly quipped, "If that file leaks, she will transition from West in to West out," meaning out of offers. Numerous theatrical artists are allegedly revising their resumes and reaching out to agencies as a preventive step. It does not pertain to loyalty. A senior swing musician articulated that it pertains to survival. No one desires to succumb with this vessel. The feeling indicates escalating anxiety regarding the production's future and mounting hostility not only towards Zegler but also towards leadership that persists in protecting her conduct. Lloyd's silence has become progressively significant. Renowned for his fastidious methodology and emotional accuracy, his lack of participation in public remarks and promotional events is highly indicative. Sources affiliated with the production indicate that he is already seeking counsel from legal advisors regarding his possibilities. Assessing whether the replacement of Zegler would result in greater disruption than retaining her in the position for the cast, the rumored recording was not surprising but rather confirmed their ongoing experiences. One ensemble member, who purportedly observed multiple tense rehearsals, remarked, "You could sense it daily. We were anticipating an eruption." This view is reiterated by crew members who apparently feel validated by the existence of the recording, not out of malice, but because it corroborates their reality. The recording purportedly captures a particularly intense moment during which Zegler was disputing staging alterations she asserted had not been previously addressed. "You're not hearing me," she reportedly exclaimed, her voice trembling with emotion. The confrontation allegedly intensified as she questioned Lloyd's vision for pivotal moments in the production, subsequently directing her ire towards a member of the stage crew, accusing them of contributing negative energy to the scene. The repercussions also affect Zegler's public persona. What was previously regarded as the growing pains of a young actress adjusting to sudden fame now seems to be indicative of a troubling pattern, stemming from her contentious remarks during the promotion of Snow White, where she purportedly trivialized the original narrative's themes, to reported discord on prior film sets. The discourse surrounding her is transitioning from being perceived as a misunderstood talent to being regarded as a professional liability. The theories regarding the identity of the audio recorder differ significantly. Some contend it was inadvertently captured during standard documentation, while others propose it was intentionally recorded as a safeguard against possible professional ramifications. Regardless, its existence has irrevocably altered the dynamics of the production. Should this recording ever be publicly disclosed, the repercussions for Zegler's career could be catastrophic. Observers within the entertainment industry indicate that the fallout would extend well beyond the Evita production. Theaters would certainly promptly distance themselves. No production desires its star performer to gain notoriety for backstage controversies rather than on-stage performances. Marketing teams would shift from promoting concerts to managing damage control, potentially expediting replacement strategies to mitigate adverse publicity. Representatives would be compelled to enter crisis management mode, formulating apology statements and potentially organizing interviews to salvage reputation. However, once tangible evidence transitions from mere speculation to public awareness, narrative control becomes exceedingly difficult. As one insider remarked, it shifts from a he said, she said scenario to a definitive account captured on tape. This situation is particularly alarming as Zegler has been positioning herself not merely as an actress, but as a cultural spokesperson for her generation. A public breakdown recorded audibly could irrevocably alter her meticulously crafted image. Social media platforms would likely exacerbate the fallout, with TikTok users potentially remixing the audio alongside prior interview clips, thereby creating a stark contrast between her public and private personas. What renders this moment potentially career-defining, the issue extends beyond the purported occurrence. It encompasses its alignment with what seems to be a developing pattern, from West Side Story to Snow White to Evita, indicating a trend of escalating tension rather than professional advancement. Each initiative has allegedly concluded with controversy instead of jubilation, accompanied by defenses on social media. Substituting performance awards. Several industry veterans propose that rehabilitation necessitates a total retreat from public attention, not for deliberate rebranding, but for authentic introspection and development. The offstage performances are overshadowing those on stage. observed a theater director who asked to remain anonymous. Disrupting this cycle necessitates engaging with future projects through evident humility instead of assumed expectations. Even if the tape never surfaces, the harm to Zegler's professional reputation may already be irreversible. The mere belief in its presence has shifted perceptions among pivotal decision-makers responsible for casting and project approvals. A talent representative allegedly stated that customers no longer perceive working with Zegler as advantageous, citing the availability of other talented young women devoid of drama, which is the pivotal term. The most exasperating element for numerous onlookers is the squandered potential. Zegler's first performances exhibited exceptional talent and charisma, attributes that may have propelled an incredible career. However, offstage problems have progressively eclipsed her artistic accomplishments. The inquiry is whether this time signifies a career culmination or a possible pivot towards professional evolution for the Evita production itself. The circumstance presents immediate practical challenges. Audience members may start to question Zegler's continued presence in the cast, thereby impacting ticket sales. The creative team must determine whether to continue as originally intended or explore alternative options. The ambiguity encompasses all individuals associated in the production, including the supporting cast and technical team. Sources affiliated with Zegler's management team indicate their awareness of the recording's existence and their preparedness for various contingencies should it be disclosed. However, the necessity for such planning underscores the gravity of the situation. An industry publicist, not linked to Zegler, remarked that once such a recording exists, even if it remains undisclosed, it alters dynamics significantly due to the propensity for gossip. The theater community is especially attuned to this type of issue, as the entire art form depends on trust among partners. When that foundation is compromised, the repercussions reverberate throughout every facet of production. Whether Zegler can restore that trust, whether with her present Evita colleagues or prospective creative collaborators, remains the pivotal question that will dictate